Hello and welcome to Newsmax TV. I'm John Bachman. Joining me now in studio is Florida Governor Rick Scott. Governor Scott, thanks for being with us today.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. You drive around Florida, you can see that the economy is recovering. For example, new house construction, I see that a lot. Houses are being built again. What do you think has been the single biggest contributing factor to the turnaround of the economy here in Florida?
Sure. Well, if you want to follow what we're doing, you can go on Twitter at itsworkingfl, and every day we put up some economic facts to explain what's happening. But here's what we did. We came in, we said, we can't do what we've done in the past. The 4 years before I became governor, the state lost 832,000 jobs. Unemployment went from 3.5 to 11.1%. As you're right, the housing market collapsed, and we increased state debt by $5.2 billion. So I said, we've got to cut regulations. We cut 2,300 regulations. We streamlined the permitting process so you can open up your business faster. I brought in people in my administration, said, you know what? We like business people, and we went out and competed. We called on companies. And so in just over 2 years, the private sector has now generated nearly 300,000 private sector jobs, and we've had the second biggest drop in unemployment. We're right at the national average, and we're going to go below the national average, I hope, in the next quarter.
Are you on pace to create as many jobs that you promised during the campaign?
Absolutely. My campaign, I said 7 steps to 700,000 jobs over 7 years. And so we're barely in 2 years, and we're right at 300,000 jobs. So we're clearly going to make it. And just think about Florida families. That's what you have to think about. A family got a job so they can live their American dream.
And I know you're watching Washington for this immigration issue because that's going to impact Florida's economy a lot. According to what we saw yesterday, it seems like that Gang of 8 is still hung up on this issue of these low-skilled workers. Obviously, these people, contribute to the economy here in Florida. What needs to be done in Washington to help out the state of Florida and other states in terms of immigration reform?
It's sort of like everything. We need certainty. We need a logical plan. So think about it. On immigration reform, what should we do? Step one, we should secure borders. We should have an immigration policy that Americans understand and foreigners understand. We can't put our companies at an economic disadvantage with a work visa program that doesn't work. So in my opinion, we ought to focus on those 3 things. Secure a border. Have a logical immigration plan that we get the right workers into our country, but we make sure terrorists don't come into our country, and have a work visa program that absolutely works.
That work visa program specifically, that this pathway to citizenship or whatever you want to call it, that's the one specific thing that you think they need to focus on?
Well, yeah, because what we can't do is have our companies at an economic disadvantage to a company in Ecuador or Peru to try to sell products that Americans want to buy.
And we're coming up, it's hard to believe we're already in the middle of April of this month, the Medicaid expansion, which you'll be accepting the money from the federal government. Talk about the decision to accept that money and how the program is coming along so far, where the state of Florida is in the process.
As you know, right after President Obama got elected, I organized a group called Conservatives for Patients' Rights, and we said the right way, if we want to cover more people, is to use the free market. Unfortunately, the president's law passed. We lost in the Supreme Court. And Governor Romney lost his election, so it's not going to get repealed. So what I said in February, after I sat down with HHS and got 2 waivers that we've been working on for 2 years, that's going to allow us to control the growth rate of our Medicaid program and provide good access and quality health care to Floridians on the Medicaid program. And as we know, the Medicaid program is for those that can't afford their own health care. I said, look, as long as the federal government is going to pay 100%, then I cannot in good conscience stand in the way of some people getting care that are uninsured. So right now it's in the House and the Senate. It was always had to go through them. So they've got a variety of proposals. As long as it fits within what I said, then I'll work with them.
Why are we seeing where some states can say, hey, we're not going to take this money, like Texas, for example, but Florida, you've made the decision that, like you said, you cannot, in good conscience, not accept this money. Where's the difference?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what Texas, how they look at things, but I know in our state, okay. I mean, I'm responsible for 19.2 million Floridians. I want to make sure everybody has access to care. Look, there's a better way of doing this than the president's bill. The free market system works. We would have in a free market healthcare environment, costs would come down, quality would go up, access would improve. That's not what our choice is. Our choice is the president's law. Okay, right now that's all we have. So what I said to the legislature is, as long as the federal government's going to pay 100%, because the taxes aren't going away. All the taxes on medical device companies, taxes on citizens, that's not going away. So as long as we're paying for it, the federal government's going to reimburse us for money we've given them at the rate of 100%, then I can't in good conscience deny people that don't have access to health care, I can't deny them health care.
And some of the stuff we're reading now, people might want to go ahead and start working on those applications because it seems like it's going to be a very long process, not just in the state of Florida, but anybody who wants to get on Obamacare. Real quickly, I want to touch this subject, the Internet Cafe issue. I know there's a bill that's been sent to your desk recently. And I'm sure you're going to plan on signing that. This issue, has it been nipped in the bud? I talked to Republican Party Chairman Lenny Curry recently. He said it's been nipped in the bud. Has this problem been solved?
Well, look, the House and the Senate did the right thing because they focused on eliminating illegal gaming, like the Allied Veterans, which was involved in that criminal conspiracy. So I think the House and Senate did the right thing. They're going to stop this illegal gaming.
And I know you're also starting to look ahead to the future, looking at the re-election campaign. Tell us how that's coming and what do you have in store for your re-election campaign?
Well, you know, I'm continuing to do exactly what I said when I ran the first time. As you know, I'm a business guy. This is the first time I've ever run for office. And I said I want to bring business principles to government, have a very big focus on what Floridians care about. I talk to Floridians every day. What do they want? Jobs and improved education. So I focus on 7 steps to 700,000 jobs over 7 years, and it's working. Again, you can get on that Twitter handle at @itsworkingfl and see what's happening every day. But on top of that, we're improving education. Last year, we increased K through 12 education funding by over $1 billion because we watched how we spent our money in other agencies. This year, my proposal is another $1 billion increase in K-12 because it's the right thing to do for our children. As part of that, a pay raise for all of our classroom teachers of $2,500. And why is that? One, we're now number 6 as far as education quality of any state in the country. Our teachers are doing a great job there. Our 4th graders are number 2 in the world in reading. And according to the National Council for Teacher Quality, we have the most effective teachers in the country.
Never hurts to be able to brag about education. I know that's an important issue. Looking ahead also, should you get reelected, one thing that might seem like it's...
When.
Okay,
When's right.
Well, we'll say when. We'll let you say when. When and should you get reelected, the one issue that might seem out of touch for your first term that you would really like to tackle on your second term?
Well, we're doing everything that we ought to be doing to get our state back to work and make sure and improve education. But as our budget's gotten better, we can invest in some things we should. For the first time in 8 years, we're increasing the funding for our agency for persons with disabilities. We have a wait list for some individuals on there. My goal is, as our budget continues to get better, as people move to our state, as we have more jobs, we'll have a budget surplus. So let's continue to focus on jobs, cut taxes to make sure no other state can compete with us, especially Texas, and then also make sure that we can constantly improve our education system, whether that's early learning, K-12, state colleges, or universities.
Education, a huge issue. Governor Rick Stott, thanks so much for being with us. And thank you for watching Newsmax TV.